afternoon. My name is ShreyaVerma, and today I will be debating upon why golf is not a sport. In Scotland in the early 1500s, they began to play what we call golf. But what people still debate on today is whether or not golf is a sport. I strongly believe that golf is not a sport for multiple reasons. I feel that it fits the description of a game rather than a sport. Dictionary.com defines a game as an amusement or pastime, and golf surely fits this description. Many people argue that since it has much in common with other sports, such as tournaments, scoring, and having winners, it should be a sport. But what you have to understand is just because it has these qualities doesn't make it a sport. Spelling bees, poker, and simply playing darts have all these qualities, yet they aren't considered sports. Many people argue also that if you lose calories, it should be a sport. Yes, I agree. In golf, you do lose calories. But more than 75% of it is lost while walking from course to course. Golfers admit that this is not an essential aspect of golf. And if your caddy is holding your equipment or you are driving in a golf cart, you can decrease your calorie loss and exercise. Per hour, if you look at it and compare it to other sports, it is very less. In golf, per hour, you lose 360 calories, while in football, it's an average of 727, and in soccer, an average of 900. As you can see, this is an immense difference. Athletes believe that golf could be a sport if they added defense. In golf, your opponent has no impact on your result. No matter what they do, they cannot stop you from using your skill. You are going against your own personal ability, and no one can prevent you from using it. Sports are meant to be rigorous and athletic, yet golf is not rigorous, and the only athletic part is walking from course to course. If you say that it is a sport because of walking, then you are saying that someone going to pick up their groceries and walking a few miles is doing a so-called sport. Mr. John M., a professional tennis player, says, "Golf is not a sport. Golf is an artistic exercise like ballet. You can be a slob, yet do outstanding in golf. It doesn't matter what your physical shape is, since there is no time, no place where you have to get too physically involved. There's no jumping, no running, no cardiovascular activity. On top of that, is it fair that someone can play with broken bones and win the entire event? Tiger Woods not only performed amazing, but won the 2008 US Open with a broken leg. Is it fair that 20-year-olds can go against 60-year-olds? Golf was part of two prior Olympics, 1900 and 1904. But they have not made any other appearances for over a century. Even race walking and pistol shooting have had a more consistent attendance at the Olympics. So although golf can be a very fun activity, it is not a sport. Thank you, and I'm now open to questions.
Wow. Senator Ruckham.
Senator, in your speech you stated that because golf does not have any running, jumping, or so-called physical activity, it's not a sport. However, in the Olympics there's a sport, ping pong, which also does not include any running or jumping.
Yes, but it has defense. In ping pong, your opponent can prevent you from using your skill or getting the score.
Senator Singh, another golfer.
Oh, how does running or swimming have defense? No one can stop you from doing your best.
Yes, but
Senator Ravindran.
Senator, golf is an independent sport, just like archery, and there are three different types of sports: combat and objective. Combat and objective end up having a defensive line, just like football or basketball. But golf is a different type of sport, it's a different category. So it should be judged upon that category, not compared to other different sports.
Yes, but a sport is defined as something where you have to have physical exertion. But golf does not have that, and so in conclusion, it's not a sport.
Senator Kumresan, I'm eating, sorry.
You said that in golf or any other sport that a competitor needs to impede the skill of the other competitor. So I just want to say that gymnastics always, when they jump on the trampoline, there's not a competitor who impedes their skill, and it is still accepted worldwide in the Olympics till today. So if you compare those two together, you're saying they're exactly the similar, but one's a sport and one's not. So can you explain to me how that is possible?
Yes. Also, you said that since it's in the Olympics, it should be considered a sport, but the Olympics are called the Olympic Games, not the Olympic sports.
Whoa, so every sport part of Olympic Games is not a sport.
No, it can be a sport, but it can also be a game.
Okay, thank you very much. That was Senator Shreya Verma. Senator Shreya Verma.